I'm Michael,
And I'm Mason, and this is Shrimpt Fried Rice.
and today we're going to try to talk about dentistry and how we're currently in the process of being verified as a company on Google Maps.
All right, let's get into it.
Would you like to make any comment on either of those?
Dentistry. You know,
All right, let's get into it.
I just went to the dentist earlier today,
How was it?
um, it was it was interesting. I'm not, as most people, or I feel like, at least in my opinion,
Any
just
sane
not very
person.
enthusiastic about going to the dentist, and I would concur. I'm not, pleased with
Yeah.
going to the dentist always.
I mean,
Um,
I feel like you'd only really want to go to the dentist if you want to be like a dentistry student,
yeah.
and even then, that's a stretch.
I only know one person that wants to be a dentistry person.
Like,
Um,
you don't want to be a dentist. You do it for the money. Like
that's
really
very
it.
accurate.
That's really it.
Yeah,
Like this is coming
I
from
just don't understand why you'd want to be a dentist in the first place.
like it's such a job.
Agreed. Let's see. I've been going to the same dentist for my whole entire life, actually.
Really.
Because my father and my grandmother, when they moved to where we are, um,
Yeah.
when they moved to their house here, they lived next to a dentist, and they just went to him.
That's
And
nice.
when he retired, it went to like his son, and
Oh,
so I've just been going to him since I was born, basically.
that's pretty cool.
Yep. So I can say I lived next to my dentist for a while at least.
Did you get any sort of discount on it for going or?
You think I handle the finances?
Well, I mean, no, but like, did he charge you less for the visit? You
I
think?
have no clue.
Uh,
I did get to pick a specific toy. I got two toys instead of one, like most people. So
so what you're saying is you're privileged.
that's right. I am privileged. When it comes to the dentist, I'm privileged.
The dentist loves me.
That's right. Does your dentist love you?
um, I mean, I think so. I don't know. He
I
might.
mean, she's always getting right next to my face, so I can only assume.
I mean, she must like you in some sort of special way,
Yeah,
right?
she's really prodding around in my mouth, so probably.
Like, it's cool and all how the dentist, like they're so nice to you, but like I'm a firm believer that all dentists have some sort of like malicious intent.
Yeah, ulterior motive.
Like
I
it's some
agree.
sort of
I would agree.
it's some sort of unspoken rule of dental school.
Hmm.
Like they're at some point in like your visits with them, they're gonna have to like screw something up and hurt you in some way.
And you know what? I don't even think it's unspoken. I think they speak about it in dentistry school.
It's probably, and like when they probably been like telling it straight to our face in like
Yeah.
code language.
Well, the thing that I always thought was funniest about going to the dentist, and you see it in movies and everything.
Yeah,
The thing I've always found the funniest is they'll be like prodding around in your mouth, right? And they'll be like,
yeah,
if you want to ask anything, or they'll like have a conversation with you, I'm like, how am I supposed to respond when you've got a bunch of metal tools in my mouth?
and especially when they don't ask you like yes or no questions.
Exactly. Like if
Like,
it's yes, I can just say like uh-huh or no or
yeah.
no. But
Oh,
like,
I have a story pertaining to that.
all
So
right.
I had some procedure that I had done not too long ago, just for something in my gums,
Hmm.
and like when I was getting it done, the dentist, like, she was an amazing person. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved her. She was super good at her job, super nice, very gentle with the tools, didn't
Hmm.
like scrape everything. She put on a movie for me. Keep in mind, like, this is my dentist that I've been going to for like, I don't know, I want to say 12 years now.
Nice.
Like, this is my pediatric dentist. There's
Yeah.
a little kitty stuff all over the wall. It's like Finding Nemo and like Like, I don't know, Bozo the Clown.
Honestly, that's truly a mood. Imagine being an adult and just going to a
Yeah,
pediatrician.
and you know it's kind of fun. I'll be real, it's fun.
Yeah.
But she put on a movie for me, and it was I think the third or the fourth Star Wars movie. Now
Alright.
I know nothing about Star Wars. I was just watching just to have something to watch.
It's disgraceful. We need to,
And
and you know, we need to talk about Star Wars at some point. But
we do. And she kept asking me questions. A, while I was watching, and B, they weren't yes or no. They were like open response. Like they're the kind of questions your teacher would ask you. Like in
Yeah.
one paragraph or less, explain why I should like give you an A. She was
Yeah.
asking me like open ended questions. Like, lady, like what am I supposed to do with that? You want me to go?
Yeah, I don't like. How do you expect me to hold the conversation when I can't speak? I don't know.
Like, do they get a kick out of listening to me suffer? Is that
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Because I feel like I mean, if I was in their position, I would understand sitting there and doing that for like 30 minutes, an hour, like something that would be kind of awkward, just like to not talk and you're right
Yeah.
next to a person, but at the same time, it's just kind of weird to try and have a conversation.
Yeah, because, like, here's the thing. Like, I had, like, 4 of these procedures in a row, because it was, like, something really big, allegedly. And, like, they were 2 hours each, and I had 4 of these sessions.
Hmm.
So I was stuck there for a total of 8 hours. Not consecutively, obviously,
Yeah.
but, like...
And they kept you all day.
All
8
day.
hours. Hey, Michael, I think that's called kidnapping, not the dentist.
Yeah, no, legally kidnapping. We're paying them money to kidnap me.
That's right.
Gosh.
For 12 years,
Oh,
they've been
man.
kidnapping him, but in like hour sessions, and finally we've led up to the big 8 hours.
Yeah, I mean that's what school does to you. I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not the dentist?
Oh man, like the dentist is just, it's one of those things where like you never talk about it, but like when you are forced to think about it, like it just sends a shiver down your spine.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody has some sort of emotion towards the dentist, you know.
Yeah, like that's that one thing everyone has an opinion on.
Mm-hmm.
Even if
if
you
it's
like,
not necessarily a negative.
yeah, like even if you like the dentist, you can just say, yeah, I think the dentist is cool. I like the procedures. Granted, nobody is gonna say that, but
Yeah. No,
Like,
see, I have in my mouth, like on my bottom teeth, I just have a really, really small sliver in between my 2 like front teeth. That
yeah,
and it's extremely annoying after I go to the dentist because whenever I just like move my tongue around my mouth when I'm talking, I can feel that like groove, and it's so annoying.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have that same exact thing.
Mhm.
Oh, I hate that.
It's like I remember so distinctly when I was younger, and I got a loose tooth, and I had to go to the dentist about like 2 or 3 weeks after that, and my tooth hadn't fallen out, but it was only like slightly wiggly, but still kind of wiggly,
Yeah.
and I went, and I remember just sitting there because I was pretty young, and so I wasn't like I don't know, I wasn't in the right state of mind, I guess I'd say, but I just remember like begging to the dentist, like, please don't take out this tooth, because I knew it would just hurt. And I just remember the dentist being like, all right, like, all right, don't worry, we're not gonna take out the tooth. I was so grateful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like whenever they're poking and prodding around in there, you always think that they're gonna like push out. Like, have you ever had that feeling where like you're just like randomly one day you bite something and then you feel your tooth just, it feels like it's wiggling, even if it's not. It just like, you always fear that if you go to the dentist, and they like push on that tooth.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like we talked about before. They have a secret agenda that they're gonna do something malicious.
Yeah, like they're
gonna be
like it all comes full circle.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, like, gosh, the dentist is kind of crazy. honestly.
I agree. I very much agree.
Yeah. Like it's I don't like to think about it. I get chills.
Yeah, growing up, I probably always needed um you know, braces. I always probably needed braces, but braces are so expensive. I didn't
They
realize
are.
how
They really
expensive they were
are.
until I was older. But like, oh my gosh, they're crazy expensive.
Yeah, no, it's like it's miserably expensive
Yeah,
to get braces.
my father when he first went to the dentist, um, I remember like he needed. They said they kept saying you're gonna need braces. You're gonna need braces for like about 5 years, and he just couldn't like my family just couldn't afford them, and eventually one year like his teeth just like basically magically like straightened to the point that he didn't need them, and the doctor was like, you can just consider this a miracle. You're not gonna need
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky enough to like have the right genetics to where my teeth have always
mhm,
been in like very good condition, I guess is the
mhm.
word. Um but like yeah, braces like saved a huge expense for me, but like I know a few people. You do too. We share a few
Yes,
mutuals
yes.
there. For example, well, I guess I won't mention names, but uh some people we know
We'll
who've
bleep
needed
out the names
braces.
for certain.
Yeah,
Bleep.
bleep. But like a few people who just like braces have kind of like their whole family, I guess, have needed braces
Yeah. Yeah.
historically, which I can imagine is pretty expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my best friend growing up,
Yeah.
his younger sister. At the time I had already had glasses. I got glasses when I was in second grade. And
Yep.
when even when I was born, the doctors were like, your kid's gonna need glasses. Like it was my because I had like problems with my left eye, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna need glasses. And and I just remember my younger my friend's younger sister was just saying, I really wish when I grow up I have glasses and braces. And I was just like, no. What?
Like
Like no. You don't want glasses.
that's the
It's
one thing you
horrible.
don't want.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I've never had braces, but even I know you shouldn't want braces.
Yeah, like that just sounds. Why would you want to put yourself through that?
Exactly.
That
I just don't
sounds
understand.
horrible.
The only good
Gosh.
part about having braces is the day that you finally get to take off the braces.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh. I would never personally.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess there's the other good thing is like I feel like normally you get to choose like the colors that you put in your braces, right? Like you get to choose like
Yeah,
the
like you know that's like a little fun quirky thing about it.
I feel like no, the only problem though is I feel like that's kind of just like it was a kids had to come in and they had to get braces and they fussed about it just consistently and the doctors were like, you know what, kids, it'll be really fun because you get to choose the colors.
Yay, colors!
Exactly. That's very much how I feel like that happened.
Man. Oh gosh. Yeah.
You never know. I mean, today when I went to the dentist, I actually ended up having like this. There was this new hygienist there
Yeah.
who I had never seen, and I mean, since like I said, I've been going there to the same place for a long time. I was like, oh, she's clearly new, but it was kind of funny because I was in a weird position where I was like, I obviously knew that she was new, but she didn't know that I knew about the dentist place because for all she knows, like I could have like it could have been my first time going to that dentist area, or
Yeah.
like I'd only been going there like once or twice, so like in my head I'm thinking, yeah, I know you're new, but at some point she had said like, oh, I just started like 4 weeks ago, and I just really wanted to say, yeah, I can tell.
Like
Like
that's
not even in an aggressive way, but just like, yeah, I can tell.
that's like the ultimate power move where you can just say that.
I know.
Oh gosh. Yeah, like um I've had a couple of different dentists because the office I go to, like, there's like multiple. How do I describe it? Starring dentists,
Yeah.
like, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Um.
It does to me at least.
So like it's kind of funny.
Well, you know, I've just thought of two new like dentistry related things.
Yeah.
I'll just start with the first one because it's really simple and easy. Just across the street from where I am is this place. I think it might even be a chain of dentistry places, which is kind of weird, but
Oh.
it's called Adventure Dental, and
Adventure Dental.
and every time I drive past the sign that says it, all I think is the last thing I want when I go to get my teeth cleaned is to have an adventure. That's not the thing I want to have an adventure. Adventure is not the right word to associate going there.
Yeah, no, that it yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that like I had like thought about in relation to that was my cousins and my aunt had one of the weirdest dentist experiences ever. And when they were on a
boy.
trip. So when they were going on a trip to visit colleges, I think.
Yeah.
And so they needed to they had to go to the dentist because my cousin one of my cousins had a problem with her tooth, and it was like a pretty like urgent thing that they should have gotten done then, and it would have been better to not wait.
Yeah.
So since they weren't like near where they normally went to get their teeth cleaned, they had to go to this like place that said it was a dentistry office, and what it actually was it was called a dental spa.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. So so they go into this place, right?
Yeah.
And they offer like all of these different deals that they can have. Like they could
Why?
be doing their teeth while also doing like their nails, like getting a pedicure and getting a manicure.
That's so like no.
Yeah,
No.
yes, exactly. I was like, I no. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like, in theory, I can understand because it's like, oh well, the dentist is a scary thing for a lot of people, so we'll just put them at ease by good doing,
Yeah.
spa.
It's kind of like awful taste, but
Yeah,
uh,
they had the right thing in mind. It just didn't work
actually,
at all.
I was gonna say awful taste, but great execution. No,
Yes,
awful taste and awful execution. It sounds like
yes, that is very accurate.
like
But it
uh,
was, I think it was funny. I remember when my cousins told me about it, at least, like, cause I
yeah.
wasn't there, of course, but when my cousins told me about it, um, my one cousin who had the problem realized just afterwards, in that moment, she was like, "Wait, they never actually even brushed my teeth. They never even brushed her teeth. They just
Really?
they just like scraped it and like used water and stuff. Like they never actually brushed her teeth though."
Ooh, that's a red flag right
Yeah,
there.
and of course, since it was just like an immediate thing, since she needed to like have that work done, right?
Yeah.
Uh, she she ended up going to when she went to see them. Um, like afterwards, they looked at like the reviews for the place, right? And the reviews were just like all over the place, all over the map.
Did they have any like any sort of like licensure or something?
I don't know, probably, but
I mean, like, because that's wild.
it
Honestly,
really is though.
that is crazy.
I've this like I said with the adventure dental. There's two things I don't want with my dental experience is to go on an adventure nor to go to a spa.
Adventure Dental. That is a hell of a name.
I know, it's just poof,
Oh
not the
man.
thing I want to be doing.
I like like compared to like what you've mentioned and like before we started this episode, like you were talking about how you don't have many crazy dental stories, and here you are telling me telling more than I have.
I know, I didn't think I did. I feel like just talking about it has just like opened this world in my mind that I just completely forgot about.
Like you kind of unlocked a new section of your
Yeah.
brain.
I think subconsciously, when we picked the topic to talk about dentistry, I knew about it, but in reality, I just couldn't think of it then.
Yeah, like you have to really get going on it before you can
Yeah, yeah,
talk about
yeah.
it.
You know, it's actually funny. Um, so like I said, how we lived next to the dentist. This was before I was born, when my uncle and my dad were still kids, and they
Yeah.
were in high school, or maybe even in middle school. I don't even know. But
So this is a
when they
while
lived
ago.
next to the older dentist, um, my uncle told me like afterwards that he had his first kiss with with that dentist's daughter in a closet in their house, and like their dentist found out and was just like furious, like absolutely flamed together.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't like affect anything in terms of like going to the dentist. It's just something. It was just like really funny. I was not expecting it when I was told that.
It gave the dentist like that their official reason on being malicious towards you.
I know. It's like that. That's their motive right there.
Yeah. Gosh. That's
Someone
that's
in your
funny.
family has wronged a dentist in your past.
My day of reckoning is coming soon. I
Mm,
bet you anything.
yeah, yeah. I know me personally, I was told by my grandparents if I had made it to 16 and had never had a cavity that they would pay me a certain amount of money. Um, and I just remembered about it randomly, and I was like, "So are you still gonna pay me?" And they're like, "We never told you that." And I was like, "I swear you did." And then I had to
Mm.
look through old text messages because I remember talking about it with other people at the time, and I was like, "No, no, I have proof here that you said it."
Did you find it? The proof?
I think I did. I don't remember, but I still haven't been paid.
Uh.
Not yet, at least. I'll get
M-
the money. Don't you worry.
Mark his words. He
That's
will
right.
be paid.
Mark my word, I will get that money.
I
I
will
will go on
be.
an adventure to get the money, quite frankly.
Could you say a dental adventure?
That's right, I could. It is
Oh
gonna be a
man.
dental adventure.
The fact that like they named themselves that, like,
It's
what was
just
it, Adventure
what was
Dental?
going through their mind.
Yeah, like, honestly,
I mean,
like,
it was probably just they were thinking like it's for kids or something, but
I mean, it's funny, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But Adventure Dental,
I mean, we're talking about it, so that's like free promo right there.
yeah, like, I mean, not sponsored, but
We're not sponsored by Adventure Dental, don't worry.
I wish.
I know. I wish we were sponsored by Adventure Dental.
Like, people out here getting sponsorships from like Raid Shadow Legends or
Hello
like
Fresh.
HelloFresh, Air Up, stuff like that. And we're out here getting sponsored by Adventure
Yeah.
Dental.
The new Raid Shadow Legends, the new Hello Fresh, the new ad will be Adventure Dental. You know, in all of those YouTube videos and stuff at the end, they'll be like, "Come today, shop at Adventure Dental. You use /Mason as your code
Shop,
to get
shop at
50%
Adventure
off.
Dental.
Shop at Adventure Dental. That's right.
What are you
Shop
gonna
for deals
buy?
at Adventure
You're
Dental.
gonna buy. You can buy teeth and nail polish at the same time.
That's right. That's right.
Oh God, that's crazy. Honestly, that's kind of goofy funny.
Indubitably.
Indeed,
You know, we could talk about our next topic. You know,
we
to
could. You know, we've been on the topic of dentistry for 25 minutes. About give
I'm
or take.
honestly surprised that we were able to talk about dentistry for this long.
Like it's, I it's
He's
I don't
lost for
I
words.
don't I'm at a loss for words. I think I need to go on on a dental adventure to,
Yeah,
to find
I think I
myself.
should. But you know what? I think we should start going on an adventure of our own kind. You know, a business adventure,
A
if we.
business. I have one more thing to add to the dental thing before we shift gears.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know why, but a dental adventure, it's giving me like really really like heavy Christian like movie vibes.
I can see that. I could see that.
Yeah, like you get where I'm coming from with that,
It's
right?
the Christian rock of dentistry.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
you can see it, right?
I can see it. Yeah, a family, like a very Christian family, decides, you know what?
Yeah,
Our dentistry office is at Adventure Dental.
yeah.
I see that.
Like the only dentistry I follow is Adventure Dental.
That's right.
Amen.
Hey kids, today instead of going to Disney World, we're actually going to be going to an adventure of our own. Adventure Dental.
Yay!
Mhm. Well, speaking of adventure, like I said, business adventure, it's also actually an
Yes.
adventure to a certain place, a certain area in the world, if I
And
say so.
that place is known as nothing other than Antarctica.
That's right, the South Pole, Antarctica itself.
Now, we can't really say much
Hmm
about this business venture,
We're
but
currently in the process of being verified on Google, and you know they might be watching this, so we
yeah,
can't
so
really spill any details.
we got to keep it clean here.
Hmm
But we're opening a business specifically at the South Pole in
Yes.
Antarctica. It's going well so far. You
Yeah.
know, like we're
We went through all the steps. We're just waiting to hear back from them.
yeah. So like, if you're ever down at the South Pole for any reason, and God knows why,
Yep.
um, you know, we're here. Pay us a
And
visit.
you know we're still working on the physical shop itself. There's not much wood. You know, I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys have been down there in the summertime. You know, summer cottages.
yeah, you know.
There isn't that much winter. There's not much winter. There's not much wood to build down there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of winter. There's just
There is a
no.
lot of winter to build with.
There's just no wood.
Yeah, there's just no wood. So it's kind of hard establishing a physical shop, but we'll get it done.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Once we set up a Patreon or, you know, some sort of money revenue from this, then we'll
Yeah,
absolutely get it done.
I think that's all we're waiting for there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could check it right now.
You
We only put it
you
out
know
recently. It was
you
pretty
know yeah.
recent.
I mean, it did say a few minutes, so let's
Yes,
see.
yes.
Is it saying anything?
Well, it's still in the process.
All right. I mean, I guess it is late.
Yeah.
Then again, like Google operates, like all over America, right?
Yeah. See, I cannot imagine that they have actual people looking at this.
It's got to be like bots,
Yeah,
right?
it's gotta just be like an AI bot that's making sure we're not putting like scandalous stuff there.
Yeah,
We're not being
but
malicious like the dentists.
uh, God forbid we be like the dentists.
Imagine dentistry offices just don't have places on Google Maps because they know they're up to something.
They know too much.
That's right. The CIA is
God.
watching them.
Not the CIA.
Yeah. You know, I was just watching a movie in another language, and
Yeah.
they talked about like basically their version of the CIA. Um, but since it's in another language, right? It's called the
Yeah.
CBS, and when they first said it in the movie, I thought, a broadcasting company, what? And
Yeah.
then it took me a second to realize, like, oh, this is just like their FBI, their CIA.
The Central Bureau of Smartness.
Exactly, that's right. The Central Bureau of Smartness.
Yeah. Like, I think it'd be funny just to have like a full on quote unquote business
Mm.
operating on Google. That would like I would die. That'd be
Yeah.
so funny.
And of course, you'll know more about it once we get verified. But
Yeah. But we'll have to see.
yes, at this moment, we're just waiting.
Eventually it'll happen.
Yep. Eventually.
We'll update you in the next episode.
We'll see how it's going by then. Hopefully we'll be all set.
Hopefully, we'll be an official licensed comedy club ready to go.
That's right. I think we'll be the only comedy club in town, you know?
I think we'll be the only business in town, period.
Yeah, so I think we should, I think, like, we'll be running pretty well. We're actually open 24/7.
Yeah, so, like, just stop on by.
Every single day of the year, you know?
You know, even on holidays, even on Christmas,
Yep.
4th of July. You know, we're there.
We are always going to be here for you.
Just pop in and say hello.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Yeah, you know, comment down below. What do you think we should furnish our what do you think we should furnish our interior with?
Yes, and just to state, your options of building materials for furnishing is snow and ice.
Or if you donate enough to us, we will we'll try and go for something nicer like dirt.
Yeah.
Or stone, wood.
We might be able to use water somehow.
Maybe, like if we can find a way to heat it up, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's all dependent on your generous donation.
Yes. In fact, we ended up getting onto this discussion. We ended up getting onto the act of buying a business down in the South Pole from GeoGuessr, the game GeoGuessr, which is a whole nother story, which we'll talk about in another episode, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we have to.
Yes, it's a big part of my life, and since it's a big part of my life, I make it a part of Michael's life here.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like, the business thing is,
it's truly remarkable how we can establish it.
Yeah, I want to open a business one day. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you never know what you're gonna do, I feel like, when you start a business.
You don't.
You have an idea of what you're gonna do, but I feel like all of the good businesses just go somewhere that they were not planning to go.
Yeah, like Amazon started as what, like a corner bookstore?
It was like a bookstore that was run out of like the guy's shed or like garage, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and here we are, like the biggest, like almost monopoly level.
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of crazy when you think about it, how wildly successful Amazon is.
Yeah, for where they started, for certain. Because yeah, like you said, it was just a book. It was just like a book selling thing.
Yeah, and honestly, that's cool.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe our business in Antarctica will become booming. People will fly in just to see our business.
Maybe. Who knows? Gosh, that's I don't know why. The idea of that is just funny to me.
I think I know why.
Why?
Because it's funny.
No way. You mean to tell me it's funny because it's funny?
It's a pretty good reason.
What an idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
I mean, one day we should start a business. I think that would be funny.
Agreed. We can call it the M&M business.
The
It's
M&M.
the most cliche thing possible. Michael and Mason, M&M.
M&M Enterprises.
That's right.
That has a nice ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
like
only
that.
problem is watch us like create and establish like a successful business, then someone buys it out from us, and then it's just not gonna work because that's how everything seems to work.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah.
Like, I think like the business Wegmans, like the grocery store. It's like,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was established by a person whose last name was Wegman, but there's no shot that it's still owned by a Wegman.
Yeah, like it can't. Well, actually, you know what? Let me see. Who is the CEO
I guess there's a simple way to answer this.
of Wegmans? Oh wow, Colleen Wegman. Never mind.
No way. That is, I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked.
That's
Colleen Wegman. I feel like when something gets so big, like that, it becomes like something that people know by that name, like Wegmans. Hearing it
yeah.
as a name just sounds really amusing. Like
It,
hearing someone with the last name Wegman just sounds amusing to me.
and like you kind of expect it to not like
Yeah.
be the original family. Like she's been CEO since 2017, predated by
Yeah.
I think Danny Wegman,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is it's really crazy to think about that. In my
John
opinion.
and Walter Wegman.
John and Walter Wegman.
They started the company apparently.
Oh, there you go, John and Walter Wegman.
Yeah. One day we'll be Michael and Mason. Insert last name here.
I think we gotta get married. We should legally
We
change our
have to
last
get
name.
married so that we can be the new John and Walter.
Yeah, John and Walter Wegman.
That's right. We should be Michael and Mason Megman.
Megman. Eggman. How about that?
Nice. We'll be an antagonist to Sonic the Hedgehog.
To Sonic himself.
Dr. Eggman.
That's funny. That's kind of hee hee.
Pretty goofy silly. I'd have to say so myself.
Pretty goof moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like we don't have that much. How time? What is our time? How long?
We have been going for about 37 minutes.
37 minutes. 37 minutes.
I mean, like, you know, something I've always wanted to talk about, but like no one will ever listen to me about it because it's so like mind-numbingly boring. This is the one place I can do that, and it's the stock market. Like,
oh boy,
we may as well. Like,
we might as well.
the like I've always been into stocks. I'm currently invested in stocks. Like, you know, I think
stocks from when I was in economics and finance class.
See, I actually took the advice from my economics class and I invested.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about stocks, there's so many confusing terms that if they had just used like a normal English word to describe it, it would have made so much more sense. But like with how stocks are currently like who the hell is gonna know what a limit trade is unless you have like a description on what it is? I don't know what a limit is. I know what I know how to. I mean, I know like day trading.
Yeah, the
stuff
basic
like that.
stuff. You know.
Like how you do stocks normally.
Yeah.
I didn't learn what a limit trade was.
Yes.
And
And you know what? This is gonna be really important, Michael. That you know you're gonna be the finances person when we have this business and this.
That is true. I mean, I feel like I feel like I'm like, you know, fairly financially literate. I mean, I'm not even a legal adult. I can mortgage a house.
Yeah.
I have gone through the process of purchasing a car.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hey,
have.
you won that award.
I did.
You won an award for business. So.
Yeah, I mean, the business department, you know, handed me the award, which was pretty cool. Like I've even filed like tax returns.
Yeah.
And
when you be the business guy and I can be the math guy.
That'll work. I mean, I can do the math too, but like the business part.
Yes.
I'll happily hold on to that.
Business and accounting.
Yeah. Like it's.
I mean, what would you if you were gonna start your own business? What would you do? Like off the top of your head, if you had an idea.
Well, I mean, I've had this idea for a while because it's what I want to do. I want to start an engineering firm.
Alright.
which like that's like already like a huge moneymaker there because
Yeah.
like
Anything specific to engineer, like a specific technology, or
well
are
I
you,
mean
you know?
specifically like in the field of like mechanical like
Mhm.
creating I guess mechanical makes machines
Yeah, yeah,
and like like they design and create machines. I feel like there is an amount of like coding to it, but
yeah.
like I would rather stray toward because I'm not bad at coding, but I really only learned how to do basic Python 3.
Mhm.
Um, so I would just much rather do like the physical, like working with your hands aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Hey,
that
you know
like
what?
yeah.
When I become a quantum physicist, I'll build my quantum computer, and you can have it.
Wow, you're so generous and polite.
That's right.
uh, you know, business has always been like an interesting, like I guess in the sense of a college major. I guess it's always been interesting, but the only issue with it is that it's extremely risky.
Uh,
Because like either you could do really good in business, or you could just suck and not make any money. Basically, your dream of being a business owner is gone.
yeah. Well, I feel like, I feel like there's a lot of. I feel like one of the other scary things about going into business, especially from like a high school perspective, is, like there must be so many people that go to college with a business degree and just don't even use it,
Yeah,
or
like my mom
go to
included.
college with the plan and don't.
Yeah, like my mom went to college for business.
Hmm.
Um, and she has not even used that degree. She went for a second one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but like a business could be like a good minor,
Yes. I feel like
but
business is always something that you can pretty easily pair with something because it's like, no matter what, I can have a business in something specific.
yeah,
I could have my major in French Polynesian literature, but I could still make a business out of it somehow.
yeah, like unless you have like a dead set plan on what you want to do and you're
Yeah.
able to commit to it, don't major in business. It might not end well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll save you some time and money now. I'm not qualified to speak on this, but I just feel like I should say don't major in business if you don't have a plan.
Yeah, I would agree. I suppose.
Yeah. Like I'm not your dad, I'm not your lawyer, I'm not your personal spokesperson. But like I feel like that's my
We
opinion.
are your podcaster.
We are your friendly neighborhood podcasters, you know. You can
That's
use
right.
us as your background noise, but I don't know what else. Comment down below. Would you let us be your lawyers? I'm curious. Would you let us lawyer you? You know,
Lawyer you?
like Salt Goodman once said, lawyer up.
That's right.
Get a lawyer. Don't talk.
I learned all my first-hand business from business school, from law school itself, straight from Saul Goodman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm moving to the topic of I don't like to talk shows much or media, but
Yeah.
like Better Call Saul and kind of like the Breaking Bad universe, mostly Better Call Saul, has taught me a decent amount of like factual law. Like it's truthful.
Hmm.
There's an element of truth behind it, and I think that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I
Um,
I suck at talking about media and TV shows. I never. I'm just not a TV person. I don't think.
yeah, like I've never gotten behind movies unless like for example like it's something I really like the FNAF movie. I'm super excited for that.
Hmm.
Um, but I just I can't sit myself down for like an hour and a half. I mean that's ironic considering what we're doing here.
Right.
But like it, I just can't sit myself down for like an hour and a half just to like watch something. I can't sit still. Like I gotta be able to do something to
Hmm.
supplement.
Michael, that sounds awful at like ADHD.
Well, like that's like the only thing I can't sit still through, because like
Yeah.
I'm bound to a chair, just watching something that I probably don't even enjoy.
Hmm.
Like
It's
when
just
it's
kind of mind numbing. It's just there, I feel like.
yeah, like mind-numbingly boring
Yeah.
is rather than like ADHD, I guess, or like
Yeah. I always just kind of thought
ADHD-ish.
it's like there's so many other things that I could be doing in this moment.
Yeah, like I could be so much more productive, yet here I am
Yeah.
watching something that I could care less about.
Exactly. No, it's like even if I'm not being productive, like I can just go pick up my guitar and just play random
Yeah,
notes.
like you can play music. Like that's because you're actively doing something.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fun. It's it's a whole thing. Like
Yeah.
to the people who like movies and like media, literature, stuff
You
like that.
love movies, I'd say. 'Cause I mean,
Like
you know, like movies, but
yeah, like diehard movie fans.
yes.
Like cinema specialists, like the type of people to become film critics.
You know, I know a couple of those.
Yeah, I
on
do
the
too.
podcast.
Yeah. I guess we could consider them rivals.
Yeah, I think we can consider them rivals.
Yeah. You know, maybe we should have them on someday.
One day.
One day. But you know what? I think that's a good place to stop. You know, we've talked
I would
about
concur. I would agree.
yeah, we've talked about dentistry. We've talked about opening our own business in Antarctica, and we've talked about theoretical business in the real
Yep.
world.
Yeah.
Because that's assuming Antarctica is in a real place, which like there's nothing there. Is it real?
Yes.
Maybe we'll
And
talk
we
about that
can only
next
get
time.
better from here. I mean, this is our
It
first.
really can. I mean, there's nowhere to go but up. Honestly.
That's right.
It's kind of funny, you know. Like we are here, two guys blabbering. We are, for all most people know, we are shrimp. We are literal shrimp.
That's right. We
Uh,
are.
one
We're
with a one with a guitar and one with a dapper hat. Like,
That's right.
for all they know, we're just shrimp.
Yeah.
We could not be humans at all, and you would never know.
Never would know.
You never would. But hey, I think I think the rice is done. I think we can take it out of
Have
the
we
pan now.
fried the rice enough?
I think we fried the rice enough for today.
Yes. Leave a comment down below to decide whether we've truly fried the rice all the way.
And while you're down there, if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do. You know, we're starting podcasters. You know, the support's greatly appreciated. And after you subscribe, you know, if you feel like it, hit that bell down below. You'll be notified every time we upload a new episode. I mean, we're hopefully gonna try and do this like weekly.
Yeah.
I think we could do weekly.
Hit the like button. If you're one of our Spotify listeners, then give us a follow.
Give us a follow. You know, yeah, tune in frequently. You can expect to see something every week, which is nice.
You can expect to hear our voices blabbering away.
Yeah, you can expect the shrimp to be there,
And you know what? Even if you don't want to listen, you should listen just to be mad sometimes.
You know, if you ever want some background noise, you know, we're here.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be here. We'll be
Somewhat
frying some rice. Yeah.
soon we'll have someone on to discuss, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Any topics that you guys want us to talk about?
Yeah, leave a comment down below, like anything you want to hear, and if it's something you know we have some kind of opinion on, you know, we'll take a stance on it. We'll talk about it. You know,
And you know what? Even if we don't have an opinion, we will get an opinion. We will go out there and get an opinion.
We'll do research. You know what? We're those kind of people. We'll research it. You know.
And the other place that you can see some content, follow us on our Instagram account.
That's true. That'll be linked down below, as well as the Spotify. If you're one of our dear YouTube listeners, that's my department. I manage YouTube.
I manage Spotify.
Yeah, you know, we kind of have a thing going, so you know, support us.
Hopefully, we'll branch out to iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio, yeah. I think that should be our ultimate goal. Become popular on iHeartRadio.
Become the #1 iHeartRadio podcast.
We'll be playing in people's cars. How about
Yes,
that?
all across America.
Oh yeah. You know what? That should be our goal.
Mm.
If there's anything else you wanna see or hear from us, well, I guess hear, not exactly see. You know, comment down below. Speak your say as well. Say whatever you want, honestly. And yeah, I think we cut it off there. We cut the heat.
You know what? I have one more thing to say, actually.
Go for it.
You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Indeed, Mason, a shrimp fried this rice.